Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Once again, I am Raju Upadhyay from CIMAGE College, Patna, Department of IT. So today we are going to talk about how to take the printout in Excel. That means if you have created your Excel worksheet, now you wanted to take the hard copy of that and you wanted to distribute to someone else. So how you can set the uh, worksheet for the printing, and what are the options we can have through which we can have the better printout, better hard copy. So we will understand through example. So let's say I have this worksheet with me. This worksheet has certain number of rows and columns. Now I wanted to take the printout of this. So how we can take the printout? So obviously, in order to take the printout, we are having a shortcut key that is called Control P. If you press the Control P together, you get this print option. There is another way out is you can click on File, and through this backstage view, you have the option called Print. So this is also a second option through which you can start printing. So let's start from here itself. Whenever you go for the print, you have the print button out here. It is asking for how many copies you want to print. So that number of copies you can define from here. Now, where you want to take the printout. So obviously, if you have printer device installed with your laptop or PC, you can select that printer device. Even if you don't have printer device attached to your PC, so what you can do is you can select a option like Microsoft print to PDF. You can print through the fax, or there are so many options. So even in my system also, the printer is not connected or printer is not installed. So what I'll do is I'll go for Microsoft print to PDF. So we will generate the PDF first, and later on, once the print device is available to me, I'll take a printout from there. Or what you can do is you can take a copy of this PDF file in your pen drive, and you can go to the machine where the printer is connected and you can take the printout. So let's discuss other set of options available in this. So you can notice out here, whenever you go for print option, your actual worksheet is coming under preview. Now, you can notice at the bottom, we are having 4 pages of this particular worksheet. However, in my Excel worksheet, if you can notice, I have only 4 columns and these number of rows. Right. So if you go for print option, let's again, I'm going for a print option. It is not showing all 4 columns together. You can notice out here, I am able to get only 3 columns in my print preview. Print preview is a layout which gives the impression what kind of output I'm going to get on this printed paper. So at the back of this print preview, you are having a border, and this border, you can visualize this border that it is a kind of a page on which printing is going to happen. So since all 4 columns are not there, so we have to do some sort of adjustment out here. So let us see what are the things are there in all 4 pages. In the first page, we are getting 3 columns. In the second page, we are getting the remaining number of rows of the first of the worksheet. If I go for the page number 3, we are getting the remaining column of the first page. And if I go for the page number 4, we are getting the remaining column of page number 2. So this is not going to be a right kind of output for me. So what I wanted to keep all 4 columns together on a single page, or we'll try to fit both the pages, the first page and second page, into the single sheet, in the single piece of paper. So let's move to Another option, it is saying that in the setting, print active sheet. That means it is asking you to take the printout of current worksheet. Okay. Now, if you don't want to take the printout of all 4 pages, you want to take the printout of only certain number of pages, so you can specify out here the starting page number and end page number. Let's say if you have 20 pages available in your worksheet, and I want to take the printout of first 5 pages. So I'll be writing here 1, and here I'll be writing 5. Now, understand what is called collated. Let's say I have 50 pages in my worksheet, and I want to take the 5 copies of that. That means I need to distribute to 5 different people the same number of copies. So if I go for collated object, within a collated, if you go for the collated, so what will happen if you have 10 worksheet, 10 pages for a particular worksheet. So if you select the first option, that is called collated. So my assumption is I have 10 pages in my worksheet to be printed out, and I want to take 5 copies of it. So if you select the first option called collated, then what will happen? Or it will print the first set first. That means in the first set, the first 10 pages will be printed out. Then next set will be printed out. Then third set will be printed out. Like that, all 5 sets will be printed out. If you go for uncollated, there is another option called uncollated. If you go for an option called uncollated, then the 5 copies of first page will be printed first. Then the 5 copies of second page will be printed out secondly, and accordingly, it will get printed out. Next to that, we are having a orientation of the page. So like this, if you wanted to have a different orientation, right now we are having a portrait orientation. That means we are having a data in vertical arrangement. Now, if you wanted to get the data in the horizontal arrangement, we can go for landscape orientation. If I select the landscape, you can notice if I go for the landscape orientation, all 4 columns are fit in my one page. So either I can go for the landscape orientation to adjust my all columns on the same page, or you can go for a portrait orientation, and we have to do some sort of setting in order to accommodate the 4th column which is not visible out here. So now, if you want to take the printout, so there are various kind of papers which can be inserted on print device. So this is the letter kind of paper. So you can have a different kind of paper size. Like let's say if I go for A5, so A5 is having a very small size. If I go for A4 size, which is a standard size, right? So this is the A4 size. If I go for A5, so this is having this kind of view. So let's say I'm going for a default view out here. So default view was letter size, which we had already. Now, try to understand. Now you can set the margin around this particular paper. So you can go for, by default, it has a normal margin. If you wanted to adjust the margin, you can have the custom margin. If you click the custom margin, this margin screen comes. If you want to accommodate the 4th column, so what I can do is I can reduce left margin and I can reduce right margin. So there may be my 4th column can be accommodated, but still, yeah, 4th column has come. But you can notice out here the left margin, I don't have any left margin. So I must be having certain margin in left. I should be having a certain margin in the left. So what I can do is I can go for custom margin and I give certain margin at the left. And in this way, we can adjust our print page. But still, it is not very, very user friendly. So again, I'll go for custom margin and I'll select the left margin as 0.5 inch. So in this way, I have tried to adjust my paper my printing area on this particular paper. So there is another way. So you can go for option called no scaling. If you go for the no scaling right now, there is no scaling happen. If you wanted to fit your sheet on a one page, you can click on this. So this way, your entire content of your worksheet is getting fitted onto a one page. Other option is you can go for, you can fit all column on a one page. You remember we had 3 columns initially displayed in my print preview and the fourth column was not there. So in that situation, if you go for fit sheet on one page, or you can go for fit all columns on one page, automatically all columns will be fitted in your one page. So this way, first of all, you have to do the adjustment of your worksheet and you can see in a print preview. Once we are comfortable or once we are clear with the setting, then finally we should go for printing of this particular worksheet. So since I'm going to print it into a PDF, so my option is selected to Microsoft Print to PDF, and then I can do the print option. But still, I have to mention certain other things. Let's say you wanted to take the printout of entire workbook. Take instance, at this moment, I have only one worksheet with me. So let's say I'm going to copy the content, the partial content of this worksheet. I'm going to copy into another worksheet. So let's say I'm going to take it here, and if I go for an option called File, Print, and if I take an option called Print Entire Workbook, so you can notice out here the 4 pieces are there. That is, first of all, it will print the current worksheet. Then it will take me to the next worksheet which we have in the workbook. So there is an option, either you can take the printout of current worksheet, or you want to take the printout of all worksheets which are available in your current workbook. Now, if you wanted to print the portion of this particular worksheet, so what we can do is we can highlight this particular worksheet. The portion of the worksheet we can highlight, and we can go for the print option. And within the print option, we can select option like print selection. So if you go for the print selection option, only the selected area will be printed on your printer paper. So we have gone through so many different ways by which you can take the printout, whether it is a active worksheet, or you want to take the printout of entire workbook, or you want to get printed only the selection portion. So that's it for the day. I hope you must have understood it. If not, please repeat this video, review this particular video again for the better understanding. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll meet you again tomorrow with the new concept. Thanks again.